Bitcoin, the king of crypto, has had a rough week. Prices plummeted, investors are nervous. Is this the end for Bitcoin, or is this just another bump in the road? One thing's for sure, Bitcoin is known for its volatility, it's a roller coaster ride. But this recent dip has even the most seasoned investors scratching their heads. What's going on? Let's dive into the factors driving Bitcoin's price down, and explore whether a rebound is on the horizon. Buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride. First up, let's talk about the economy. When the global economy sneezes, Bitcoin catches a cold. And right now, the global economy is feeling a little under the weather. Worries about economic growth are spooking investors. They're running for the hills seeking safer assets like government bonds. And when investors get scared, they tend to sell riskier assets like Bitcoin. So, the recent economic jitters have definitely played a part in Bitcoin's price drop. But that's not the whole story. Here's another piece of the puzzle: tech stocks. Bitcoin and tech stocks have become surprisingly chummy. When tech stocks go up, Bitcoin often follows suit. And when tech stocks take a tumble, you guessed it, Bitcoin often takes a dive too. This correlation suggests that Bitcoin is increasingly viewed as a risk-on asset. That means investors are more likely to buy Bitcoin when they're feeling optimistic about the economy and the tech sector, but they're quick to dump it when things start looking shaky. So the recent slump in tech stocks has undoubtedly contributed to Bitcoin's woes. But wait, there's more. Remember OKX, that cryptocurrency exchange? Well, they recently settled with the US Department of Justice for a cool $500 million. Their crime? Facilitating some shady transactions. Now you might be thinking, what does that have to do with Bitcoin? Well, news like this doesn't exactly inspire confidence in the crypto world. It raises concerns about regulation, security, and the potential for illicit activities. So, the OKX settlement, while not directly impacting Bitcoin's price, has definitely cast a shadow over the crypto market as a whole, adding to the negative sentiment. Section 5. ETF outflows. Investors pumping the brakes on Bitcoin? Let's talk about ETFs, or exchange-traded funds. These investment vehicles allow investors to gain exposure to Bitcoin without actually owning the digital currency directly. Recently, there have been significant outflows from Bitcoin ETFs. In other words, investors have been pulling their money out. This suggests that some investors are losing faith in Bitcoin's short-term prospects. While ETF outflows alone might not explain Bitcoin's entire price drop, they certainly haven't helped matters. It seems some investors are getting cold feet. Section 6. The potential for a Bitcoin comeback. Can it bounce back? So, Bitcoin is down, but is it out? That's the million-dollar question, or perhaps the $25,000 question, depending on the day. Predicting Bitcoin's future is a fool's errand, but there are a few factors that suggest a rebound is possible. First, Bitcoin has bounced back from previous downturns. It's a resilient little bugger. Second, institutional interest in Bitcoin remains strong. Big players like Tesla and MicroStrategy are still holding on to their Bitcoin, which suggests they believe in its long-term potential. Section 7. Government actions, a glimmer of hope for Bitcoin. Believe it or not, governments might actually play a role in Bitcoin's comeback. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Governments around the world are grappling with inflation. And what's one way to combat inflation? Printing more money. But printing more money can devalue a currency. And that's where Bitcoin comes in. Bitcoin has a fixed supply. There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins. So, as governments print more money, Bitcoin's scarcity could make it an attractive alternative. It's like digital gold, but with more memes. Section 8. Bitcoin as a safe haven, a digital life raft in a sea of uncertainty. Some people believe Bitcoin is a safe haven asset. They argue that in times of economic turmoil, Bitcoin offers protection from inflation and government instability. Now, this view is debatable. Bitcoin's volatility makes it a risky bet, especially in the short term. But in the long run, as more people lose faith in traditional financial systems, Bitcoin's appeal as a decentralized, censorship-resistant currency could grow. So, could Bitcoin be a safe haven? Maybe, maybe not, but it's a question worth pondering. Section 9. The future of Bitcoin hanging on for the next twist and turn. So what's next for Bitcoin? Who knows? It's a wild, unpredictable ride. But one thing's for sure, it's never boring. Will Bitcoin bounce back? Will it crash and burn? Will it be regulated out of existence? Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain, Bitcoin has disrupted the financial world and sparked a debate about the future of money. And that's something worth paying attention to, even if you're not ready to buy the dip just yet.